Hi there, and welcome back. Today's piece, another of the Crosstown Bits and Bites series, is called Don Valley, the station formerly known as Science Centre. While I live in the northwest of the city, I work across town at Pape and Danforth, where Metrolinx is building the Ontario line. The Ontario line will, among other things, connect Pape Station on the Bloor-Danforth line to Don Valley Station on the Crosstown. Now they're connected by the 72 bus, a 30-minute route I took recently. We passed through Thorncliffe Park and Flemington Park, where each stop loaded and unloaded people from every corner of the planet and from every age group. Communities like this are finally getting the kind of transit options they need. Just before 4 o'clock, the bus popped out of the residential community, and onto the rush hour inching that characterizes Don Mills Road. Eglinton couldn't be far north, so I got off to hike past the traffic and to take a look at the Science Centre. Google the Ontario Science Centre and you'll get information about a site in Harbourfront Centre. However, most of us still think of the Raymond Moriyama-designed facility dating back to the 1960s. Wiki says that by 1974, the OSC hosted around 250,000 students from across the province annually, creating a generation of people, me included, who've harnessed the power of static electricity to have our hair stand on end. 2 years ago, the province closed the site for good, saying it was at risk of the roof collapsing. CBC says the engineer's report didn't go so far as to recommend complete closure, though. That was a Ford government decision, convenient given they'd already decided to move this gem way down to the center of the city. That will pretty much kill the idea of bringing those busloads in. Just too much traffic now. The carcass of the Science Centre now sits on the shoulder of an Ontario line construction site. Eliminating visitor traffic makes it that much easier for Metrolinx, a provincial body, to do the construction work. Coincidence? Yeah, I think not. With no Science Centre here, the station now bears the rather vague name Don Valley. All very sad. I continued up Don Mills Road, outpacing the traffic, and took a look at the Crosstown Station building on the southwest corner of the intersection. This corner is not pedestrian friendly, so unsurprisingly, this entrance is pretty much deserted. The main entrance with the bus bays is Kitty Corner. I headed east on Eglinton to see what development prospects I'd find. On the south side, a high-rise residential building, condo I'd guess, and a massive Church of the Latter-day Saints building are separated from Eglinton by a large expanse of weeds and another expanse of concrete. No idea what's going in there, but doesn't seem much of anything in the short term anyway. On the north side, there's an 8-story office building with space available, and then more expanses of undeveloped land. I'm sure there are plans for it, but I didn't uncover anything in my Google search, and nor did I see any planning signs, unlike the northwest corner of Eglinton and Don Mills, where developer Aspen Ridge will give us the Crosstown community, billed as an entirely new phase, creating a whole new city within the world-class conurbation that is the GTA. End quote. Their website goes on to boast that 60 acres of space to live, work, play, and thrive will definitely enliven and embellish Toronto's truly enviable reputation as one of the world's most livable cities. End quote. Sure, that was all written when developers had hope they could sell condos. I noticed from the train later that something's under construction. It will be interesting to see what actually develops. I continued east on foot to the next stop, Aga Khan Park and Museum, and I'll write a profile about that stop soon. There, I boarded a nearly empty train, which almost immediately descended underground and stopped 2 minutes later at Don Valley Station, where I got off for a quick look underground. The corridor to the bus bay had 2 large dehumidifiers sucking up the evidence of the leaky station roof. This is not unique to Don Valley Station. I saw complaints on social media that Keelsdale Station is similarly plagued. The station PA system was also fouled up, with 2 announcements running simultaneously. Advertising along the corridor included a poster for a Transform symposium at the Center for Social Innovation that had happened 6 weeks earlier, and another of the local Liberal MPP, Dr. Adil Shamja, calling for the reopening of the Moriyama site and the return of the planned station name, Science Center Station. Before boarding a train going westbound, I took a moment to enjoy the multicolored graphic artwork soaring high above the platform. Don Valley is one of 8 stations on the line featuring artwork. Each was chosen because they will one day serve as major interchanges with anticipated high passenger volume. The mural is entitled Total Lunar Eclipse by British-American artist Sarah Morris and consists of hand silkscreen porcelain tiles intended to, quote, invite a reflection on concepts of light, scale, and motion through space, end quote. Perhaps the train came too quickly because all I got was, hey, that's cool. It was about 4:20 p.m. by then, and the train car's emptiness reminded me of the UP Express in the early days. More people boarded as we got closer to the core and then emptied out again at Eglinton Station at about 4:30, with another blip at Cedarvale another 10 minutes later. Like the Up, I feel certain that over time the Crosstown will attract a ridership, but for now, it's nice to travel where you're guaranteed a seat. That's it for today. Thanks so much for watching.